Okay, so hi guys, it's Allison Marie, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. So, basically, The Sims 4 announced that there's going to be a new expansion pack coming to The Sims 4. It's called The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. Basically, it's fairies, and I first recorded a initial reaction to the trailer, and I feel like there's so much that I missed in the initial reaction that I'm going to go back through and do a breakdown and basically commentate on everything that I see, and also go through the blog post that The Sims made, because when I first reacted to this, the blog post wasn't up, this link wasn't on there or anything. So I'm gonna be going through that. And so yeah, we're just, because I feel like there's so much I missed. So let's get right on into this. So we obviously see the fairies, and then this, hold on, if I pause it right at the right spot, this looks like this is like some type of rune, or I don't know, it gives me the vibes that that's where fairies get their magic from, and it has to be protected and guarded at all costs by all fairies. But that is just me. Could be very, very wrong. And then this looks very interesting. So this again looks like this could be like some type of maybe source of their magic. I don't really know. I feel like this is very important. That's why they're focusing in on it. Then we have the little pixie forms of the fairies. So I feel like, and I'm also noticing there's vines on the ground, it's foliage, it's overgrown, and these are new flowers too. This area, I'm wondering, this is why I love doing the breakdowns of these. I'm wondering if there's a separate world for fairies. You know how there's 6M for aliens? I'm wondering if there's and the magic world, the magic realm for spellcasters. I'm almost kind of wondering if there's an enchanted garden kind of thing for the fairies. Now, I know nothing about this. I'm not even in the EU Creator Network yet. I have an application pending. So I literally know nothing. This is pure speculation. But I'm just wondering, based off of seeing this, because this doesn't look like this would be part of a regular sim world. This looks like this would be in a either hidden world or in a world that you can only get to if you are a fairy. So we'll see. Also, can we talk about how iconic her shoes were? And then she just snaps back like it was all a dream, which I find that's very interesting with this pack. Also, these are new cast items. This is a new dress that looks like a new hair. All these are new hairs. There's some new pants, new sweatshirts. I think these are base game couches though. I think so. Don't quote me on that. I don't really know that much about base game stuff. I don't remember there being light switches in the game though. So I think that they're adding light switches. Don't quote me on that, but I don't remember there being in-game light switches. I remember I had to always download CC for them. So okay. Now I want to talk about her room. This bed here is honestly stunning. All this stuff is brand new. So it looks like we're getting a absolute massive amount of new plants. These all look like these are new plants. I don't know if these are individual plants or if they're clusters of plants, but we're getting a whole bunch of new plants. Obviously, it's called Enchanted by Nature. What else do you expect? This bed also looks freaking amazing. It just looks so good. The last type of bed that we got like this, I think, came with Realm of Magic, and I feel like this pack is kind of combining has bits of cottage living and Realm of Magic in with it. So I feel and I see the inspiration, and it looks like, I don't know if all these are actual plants that grow and you can harvest, or if a majority of them are objects. But there are seed packets on the ground, and one thing I've noticed that people talked about in this is that you can actually grow plants inside. Now, you weren't able to before, but you can actually now grow plants inside with this pack. So that's a good. Also, there is a new This is a new nightstand or side table. This is a new trunk as well. What else? I think all these plants are new, but like I don't know like which ones are like you have to grow. That cactus is new. That chair is new. The windows, that mirror that's behind her. If I go back, like that's a new mirror. Like there's just like so many new plants. Like it's honestly insane. And that is a new aspiration. Is a nature nomad. So that's the aspiration. So that's really good that we get a new aspiration, which we kind of should expect at this point for expansion packs to get a new aspiration that kind of like guides you through the pack and guides you through like what you should do. So I also want to say that this looks like new wallpaper as well, and obviously she's wearing new clothes and things like that. And we got a little bit of a glimpse of the world outside of her window. This looks like a new plant. Looks like there's going to be a lot of new plants, which makes sense because it is called Enchanted by Nature. This looks like it is a new fence that we're going to get. That same with this one. Both of those look like those are two new fences. And then this is like an overview of the world. I don't 100% know what the world is called off the top of my head. I know it's mentioned in the blog post, and we'll get into that momentarily once I'm done breaking this down. But it looks very colorful. Like all the like houses are like pink and green and blue and like very vibrant and colorful. It's also a coastal town. It doesn't actually look like it's that big though. I will say that it doesn't look like it's that big. Unless there's more lots like over here, but like if these are the only lots, like it's a small world for an expansion pack. Then we got like some docks and things like that, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, if this is all that it is, it does look like it's kind of small for an expansion pack. But then again, there could be like other like neighborhoods that are just like not seen in this preview because you can't like see them from this specific neighborhood. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see until the EA Game Changers. I always say EA Game Changers. People part of the EA Creator Network get their hands on this. So we'll see what that. And then this is really interesting. So like this looks like there's like incorporated like mermaids, which mermaids came with Island Living, and they desperately need a refresh. Also, this is a new hoodie. But yeah, mermaids definitely need a refresh. And then, yeah, they're sitting crisscross applesauce. That came with, I think, either high school years or Spot. I don't know which. And then we got like some preview of like the kids stuff and some kids activities. This is a new hair. This is a new building, obviously. We have some preview of the new windows and the sloping roof with the fairy lights. I wonder if that's like, because I can't imagine them individually placing that. That might be like, was it like a roof trim? So that might be what that is. That might be a whole new roof trim. And then this looks like some stickers or tattoos or something like that you can put on kids. And some scrapbooking. And then here, this poor person is getting assaulted by fairies. And then this looks like a new swing set you can kind of see back here. The new benches. These are still the same planters, I think, that are in the base game. Yeah, this is the new railing. This railing is honestly so stunning. Like, it is so stunning. This is new hair. It has like butterfly cutout wings in it. I always think that sometimes that the creative liberty that the Sims team does with the packs are a little bit, I don't want to say eccentric, but like, what person would do that to their hair? But it is the Sims. So, but I'm just thinking, because my mom is a cosmetologist, and I'm thinking, so if you are a hairdresser and someone comes into your chair and it's like, yeah, I want this done, I'd be like, that's gonna be $150 for that if you want that done, and I might not even do it. Also, these are new shoes. I'm just noticing that these are new shoes. They look really cute. But yeah. And you can put a bucket on their hat. I think that this guy is probably going to be part of storytelling in some capacity. Like, I just feel like it. I don't know why, but I just do. And he's eating a raw fish, which is... Oh, yeah. And then this is the major thing. So, like, you can forage for food, and you can also sleep on the ground as well. So, Rags to Riches is about ready to get a lot more intense. You can eat an eggplant, you can eat a frog. Like, that is a little bit weird. And then, yeah. I will say, bathing in the water, if you go into the water in Sulani and you just swim around, like, there won't be like a bathe in water option, but your hygiene will go up with that. So I wanted to call that out in case any of you have been like wondering, like, I thought that you could already do that. Yeah, you can. If you swim in a pool, or if you swim in the water, like in Sulani, or like in any body of water, like, your hygiene will go up. But there's no like bathe in water options, so I'll give them that. But you can technically already do this, like, it'll get your hygiene up, but it's not, doesn't say bathe in water. So this is a new swimsuit, it looks like. But this we can't do. We currently can't just sleep on the ground. So, and then she's got a sickness, and then this is going to be with the apothecary stuff. So I wonder if this is like a townie or like what. So this is like the it's just going to go to the apothecary, which we got a quick little preview of some more like plants. There's a lot of plants in this. We got like what are those? No, it's not sconces. Why can't I remember what they're called? You know what I mean. I want to say pillars, but I don't think that that's the right word. But you guys get what I mean. Like, we have new ones of those. New these are pillars. I forget what these are called. Because it's not sconces. I don't remember what this is called, but I digress. These are new. As I said, these are new windows and doors. A lot of new plants. This is a new apothecary set. It says, if you harvest these ingredients, I will reward you with a cure. So you're going to kind of have to go on a quest to get the things for the apothecary. So that'll be really cool that, like, you can't just, like, go to the apothecary and they're like, oh, here's a cure for your sickness. So you have to actually kind of harvest things. So you got to harvest Bottle Moody Shrub Potion. So this is like one of the shrubs I was wondering. It reminds me of the plants from the Crystal Creation stuff pack. Yeah, it reminds me of that. So yeah. That's what it reminded me of when I first watched it. So I just thought I'd like call it out if you guys thought it was. Deliver the ingredients, and he's gonna make it and then give it to her. And it's gonna get rid of her acne. Then here's like a quick preview of the build. So this is like an apothecary station. She's watering the plants. This is actually a shelf, this mushroom thing. This is a shelf. This isn't like an actual mushroom. It's a shelf. And there's a sink. And then this is really exciting. So this, for lack of better terms, is the Hobbit hut. And this, we can't currently do this in game. I mean, there's people that have been able to do it, but like, it's not done easily, if you know what I mean. So this looks like this is going to be part of like a base game update where like you can build like curved or arched walls, is what I'm assuming the base game update is going to be with this pack. So yeah, that would be my assumption. We get another preview of some more plants, because this is a new plant. Those are roses, so that's not new. This is a new plant. These two look like the same plant. I don't think those are daisies. I could be wrong though. I'm trying to see if there's any more new plants that I don't recognize. No, I think the rest of them are already in game. And then we have a new fireplace here. This is a new mirror, which that looks really cool. I love that mirror. Again, another preview of the swing set. We have the stairs that are mossy. This is like wallpaper. And then we have the new foundation type. This looks like this is a bookshelf. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe this is wallpaper as well. This looks like a toilet. Again, the fence for the balcony, some plants. And this is a new archway. This is a new painting. I'm trying to point at anything that I see. This is a new chair. This chair is made completely out of wood. And then we have like a new clothing rack. And then these are the new cabinet sets that come with the pack. All of these are new, so these look really cool. This is a new window as well. This is new shelves. So are these, and then this is like part of the apothecary stuff. These are new clothes. She's got simoleon pox. This is a new hair, or simoleon fever, my bad. And then we got like our first preview of the apothecary skill with that. And we got another one. This is a better preview of the fireplace, the bookshelf, and then the coffee table. Then another look at one of the side tables and some, you can't really see where my mouse is, but like over here is like some like plants like hanging on the wall. We get a look at the flooring, some wallpaper. This wallpaper looks like it's supposed to look like a tree potentially. Then we got like a good look at like what the apothecary career is kind of gonna. These are new, so I'm wondering if like these are just part of the environment, if we're gonna be able to like access them. I mean, we're obviously gonna be able to access them with show hidden objects and live edit objects, but like I wonder if they're gonna be like in the actual build catalog other than that. And then here's the fairy house. When I first saw this, I was like, what in the world is this? This is really cool. So the fairy house, like I'm really intrigued about what you can do with this fairy house. But here's the first look at the fairies. So, and then this fairy is pregnant. So she is flying around while she's heavily pregnant. So, and then this is like a preview of one of the fairies. There's some new earrings, a hair, a look at the wings, the dress, nails, and like arm things. I'm thinking that these arm things are like part of an outfit, but I don't know. And then the gems are like a necklace. And then one thing that is really interesting with this is that even though they like shrink down into a fairy, they like still look like the same. And according to this, like the fairies can turn regular Sims into fairies. Is what it looks like and appears to be. So, and then this is like a preview of like a secret kind of grotto kind of thing. That's what I was like saying, like it looks, this area reminds me of Salvadorada, honest to God. And then here, like the shoes flying down. Like if I go ever so slightly. So these are new shoes. These are really cute. And then like we got to look at one of the new dresses. It looks like it's made out of like leaf. So it's like taking like vibes a la Tinkerbell. Is what it reminds me of, honest to God. And then a look at the fairy wings. These are actually pretty small fairy wings, but I'm thinking that you'll be able to like customize fairy wings the same way you were able to customize like mermaid tails and werewolf patterns and things like that. So, and then obviously more gameplay, more fairies, June 26th. So, and then we get, I still think that this is like a specific fairy world, but again, I honestly don't know the answer to that, whether that is a specific fairy world, because I know nothing about this. I'm just speculating, but it looks like it's not part of the original world, but I could be very wrong. And then we obviously have the digital content. We have the lofty leaf pond, luminous mycena lantern, and the disguised dwelling fairy home. So, and you have to buy it by August 21st to get that. So, and then we're going to go over the blog post here, because I didn't go over that in my original reaction. So it says, the Fairy Garden digital content. Give your lot a fantastical touch, available when you order through August 21st, 2025. And then we get like some preview photos of it. And then here are like the photos of like the items more closely, it says. Then down here we get like an idea of like the actual pack. And here are like one of the photos that they give us. So it says, live among the trees. Step outside and make yourself at home in nature with the natural living skill. Okay, so that's a skill. Sims can meet their needs outdoors without beds or plumbing. Okay. The natural world has a lot to offer, and Sims can forage to uncover what's hidden. So this forage, that's like a skill, I would assume, or like that's copywritten in some type of a way, because that's not italicized, capitalized. The first letter is capitalized. So I would assume that is copywritten. It says, find everything from crystals to frogs to food. This way of life is perfect for Sims with the new nature nomad aspiration. So that's what the aspiration is called, the nature nomad aspiration. Sims can even bring the great outdoors inside with new pots for gardening on tables, counters, shelves, and more. So you can put the planter, like you can put like planters on tables, counters, and things like that. You can actually like grow plants inside. It says the 3 new traits are plant lover. Why do I feel like we have a trait very similar to that? I don't remember though. I feel like we have a trait very similar to that, but I could be wrong. There's plant lover, mystical, and disruptive. Play a role in how Sims relate to the world. So I'm thinking that the mystical and disruptive have to do like specifically with like fairies and like, you know how there's like good and bad mermaids and like things like that. I feel like the mystical and disruptive, like if you're going to be a good fairy, like you'd be mystical. If you want to be a bad fairy, you'd be disruptive. So this is what I think that it is going to be. And it says, the fairest folk. Do you feel nature's mystical pull? Embark on a special journey and become a fairy. Fairies can develop abilities that let them nurture plants, change the moods of others, and a whole lot more. The new Fairy Stories aspiration. So there's a new aspiration. There's 2 new aspirations. So one if you're a fairy and one if you're just like a normal sim. Will have you choosing between harmonious and discordant fairy paths. Create fairy sims with wondrous wings and make them unique by painting. So it's kind of going to work the same way as the tattoo features. Like the arm stuff is going to work kind of the same way as the tattoos is what I'm assuming. So like this thing on our arms, like you can completely customize it. And I'm assuming there's also going to be stencils like if you don't just want to draw it out. Plus add whimsical accessories, glowing tattoos, and more. Non-fairy sims can also have magical fun by using fairy dust to enchant plants, bring gnomes to life, and more. Okay, I want to know what the and more is, Sims team, please. I also want to say that this is a really cool like fairy outfit. It reminds me of Barbie Mariposa, and I'll show you. Barbie Mariposa. Like if I go into the images, like it reminds me of a mix between Mariposa's outfit and what is it, Willa's outfit. Let me show you. Yeah, like those are like the twins, but like this is like Mariposa, but that's just like art. That's not actually what she looked like in the movie. But like it reminds me of that. So like this outfit, where's Willow? Like if I find a photo of Willow. Willa. Her name's Willa, not Willow. Yeah, like this. So this is what Willa looks like, and like it just, I don't know why. And I feel like there's something else that is it, like I don't know if it's just like the bit of the wings that reminds me of it or what, but yeah, that's what it reminds me of. And I also noticed that this little gnome has little fairy wings. It's so cute. And then this looks like the tangled flower. And these look like different set of wings. Like there's multiple different wing variations. I'm wondering if there's different types of fairies. So like, you know how there's like, I mean, this could be going a little bit too far, but like, you know how in Tinkerbell, there's Tinker fairies, there's garden fairies, there's water fairies, there's pixie dust fairies, there's, what else? There's snow fairies. There's basically fairies for everything that you could think of. There's animal fairies and things like that. I am wondering if they're going to kind of do like a thing like that with like skills. I don't know how they would do it. I feel like that'd be a little bit too much for them to do. Like I don't want to knock them for like saying, oh, but that's too much for the Sims team to do. But I also want to be realistic with like my expectations. But it wouldn't, like if they did that, I would actually be so freaking happy. Like I'd be so happy if they like did like garden fairies and maybe wisteria fairies or cowplant fairies or butterfly fairies. So I feel like it'd make, like I feel like that'd be fun if they did that, but I don't think that they will. And then a balanced lifestyle. Prolonged negative emotions cause imbalance, and imbalance can lead to ailments, with strange effects. They aren't always bad. Maybe you like lots of gnomes at your house, but if you want to cure, you can turn to the apothecary table and hone your apothecary skill. So there's, how many skills are there? There's the natural living skill. So far there's 2 skills I'm seeing. So there's the natural living skill and then the apothecary skill. There's a cure for every one of the 8 ailments plus 14 more recipes with other fantastical effects. Sims who enjoy the apothecary skill can become naturopaths, and a new level 10 career where you can cure Sims at home. So I don't know why they called it that. You're just an apothecary. Like there's, I don't think that, let me actually look up this word. Naturopathic. Oh, it is a thing. Naturopathy or naturopathic medicine is a form of alternative medicine. A wide array of practices branded as natural, non-invasive, or promoting self-healing are employed by its practitioners, who are known as naturopaths. Well, damn. Okay. They may also make elixir enthusiast aspirations. Make sure to watch your luck, which affects everything from cooking well to developing ailments. So there's like karma per se in this. So like if you have bad luck, then your stuff's not going to go well. Where if you have good luck, it's going to go well more often. I like that. And then a land of enchantment. In a screen, and I know how to pronounce it because I watched Sandra Pica's video. In a screen is a beautifully lush green world where Sims live in harmony in nature. There are 3 neighborhoods, a quiet waterfall town called Coast of Admore, where they're all about gnomes. Spruce Dairy Grove, where nature and civilization blend together, and the magical forest of Everdew. From meeting Mother Nature and starting your journey towards fairydom to use a glasswood tree statue to summon Spruce Almighty, spectacular adventures are awaiting. So, do you go to Mother Nature to become a fairy in game? That'll be very interesting to play through. So yeah, that it will be very, very interesting to play through. I wonder if I go to like the pre-order now thing, if it'll like, I mean, that'll be very interesting what is exactly going on with it. So yeah, hold on one second. Okay, so this is the other post that I was looking for. I was like, where is this post? It was just the second link. So I also want to go over this because this is the second post that they made. So like they went over like everything in this one. Then they also made a second like blog post per se. It says, become one with the natural world in The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. And says, if you're ready to answer nature's call, let's dig deeper into the whimsical soil of Induscreen. A sprinkle of fairy dust, please. In green, an emphasis on green. It's all about balance and recovery. Let nature living come naturally. And you make the Sims community build featured in Enchanted by Nature. So it says, a sprinkle of fairy dust, please. Mother Nature has a very interesting proposition, should you choose to accept it. With her guidance, Sims can become the fairy they were destined to be. And once they complete their transformation, they'll have the choice to flutter down 2 very different paths. I love the use of fairy in this. It's so fucking good. There's a harmonious fairy, a benevolent winged helper who wants to aid other living things find health and balance. And the discordant fairy, a flying mischief maker that enjoys stirring up a little chaos and making every daily life harder for the Sims around them. I fucking love that. The fairy path is yours to fly with wings to match. Oh my god. I'm like, this makes me so happy. Okay. So fairies can develop abilities that let them nurture plants, manipulate objects, change the moods of others, and more. Be aware of emotional starvation. Rather than living off food, fairies absorb emotions to survive, either directly from other Sims or from bottled emotion potions. Okay. Failure to do so may welcome their untimely demise. Wow. Okay. So you have to really watch it. It's like their food. That's really interesting. Okay. So you'll be able to customize your fairy look to your own liking with an extensive array of wings, skin tones, ears, teeth, head accessories, glowing tattoos, and more. Fairies can even use the fairy charm to deliver a special woohoo. Nah, that. I'm glad I'm reading this. Okay, so there's a special fairy woohoo. Good to know. I was already sold on this pack because it's just fairies. Now that I'm reading more, I'm definitely sold. Don't worry, non-fairy sims. You will also have some magical fun with fairy dust, using it to enchant plants, bring gnomes to life, and more. So whether your fairy sim chooses to sow wonder or spark chaos, or you're a sim with very interesting neighbors, it's just the beginning of your fairy tale. And then here's like another preview of the world. Emphasis on green. 3 neighborhoods make Innis Green, each one connecting you to nature in its own unique way. There's the coast of Admore, a peaceful sea village where everyday sims enjoy life's simple pleasures. Stepping out of town brings you to Spruce Dairy Grove, a vibrant brand of friendly shops, cozy homes, and draping ivory that blur the line between civilization and the natural world. And finally, we venture deep into the magical forest of Everdew, a thick and mysterious woodland humming with enchanting nature. Innis Green is full of new adventures, skills, and traits, too. You can balance moods and discover natural remedies with your apothecary table, seek out Mother Nature, and embark on a transformative journey to become a fairy. Be your best plant parent and fill your home with a new array of houseplants. Or unlock your inner nature nomad to dwell among the trees and live off the land. So that nature nomad trait basically allows you to like enjoy like living off the land. Rex Riches, here we fucking come, okay? It's all about balance. Living in tune with the nature is more than playing in dirt and hugging trees. It means respecting the natural world and promoting a balanced coexistence. Living in Innis Green, Sims must become emotionally grounded and find that balance or welcome the chaos. When Sims start to lose their balance and become imbalanced, life can get a little harder to navigate. For example, one may acquire new skills at a slower rate, or their everyday needs may become harder to solve. And if a Sim enters the very imbalanced territory, that's when ailments start to show up, like the Greeny Meanie. I love that name. That's so good. With this ailment, Sims will learn and complete gardening tasks faster than normal. Yay! But they're constantly angry and prone to outbursts that are off-putting to other nearby Sims. And that's just one of many. There's emotional void, simoleon fever, and sonic sinuses, to name a few. Okay. So I'm glad I'm reading through this. This is very interesting. I'm loving this so far. And then it says, but imbalance isn't the end. It's simply the beginning of a new journey. Ailments can vanish and moods can improve with cures and elixirs crafted from the new apothecary table. With special ingredients like the lightning root and aura blossoms found while gardening and foraging, Sims can follow intricate recipes for treatments with fantastical effects. And with the right amount of practice, one can take on the elixir enthusiast aspiration or become a naturopath, a profession that serves to cure fellow Sims of their curious ailments. Achieving balance, however, may require a little luck. Sims living in Innis Green may experience good, ordinary, or bad luck, which in turn may affect their career, love life, cooking, foraging, and other interactions or tasks. So just by your sim living in this town, you're affected by the pack. That's really cool. It says, luckily for you, there are 2 luck charms that can be found, purchased or made at the apothecary table, which will modify your sim's luck for good or bad. Now you have to ask yourself, will your sim seek balance, or will they embrace the chaos of an unbalanced life and nature? Okay. Let natural living come naturally. Step outside and make yourself at home, whether you're honing your natural living skill or seeking the nature nomad aspiration. Innis Green gives Sims the chance to eat, bathe, sleep, and thrive entirely off the land. Forget modern comforts. This is about embracing a simpler life in rhythm and balance with the world around you. From eating freshly caught fish and sleeping in the grass to foraging for apothecary ingredients and summoning a privy bush when nature calls. I see. Every new discovery and experience brings your sim closer to self-reliance. Okay. For those not quite ready to give up on hot showers and cozy beds, you can try the plant parent life instead and welcome a collection of new living house plants inside your humble abode. They're not just decoration like they've been in the past. They'll need water, care, and constant companionship. You'll even be able to to place them on shelves, tables, and floors to transform your home into a tranquil garden sanctuary. Now, do you aspire to be an elixir enthusiast, a nomad in nature, or... Okay. There's something else that's ominous. Because, you make The Sims. Imagine an in-a-screen community built featuring an Enchanted by nature. To capture the enchanting atmosphere of in-a-screen, we partner with creators the Cracked Kyber, The Sims Scrolls, Nina Schmidt, and Sandra Pica to build an array of captivating and unique lots. The neighborhoods of in-a-screen not only draw on nature and fantasy elements, but they also take some inspiration from the architecture and aesthetics of Ireland and Celtic artistry. Cracked Kyber, otherwise known as Megan, built community lots, whistling thistle gardens in the Starstrong Lounge, as well as 8 Gnome Coast Street. Okay, they built they built 3 lots. Okay, I'm wondering if these 3 are the lots. So like this one, like these 3 are the lots. I don't know. We'll be able to see. Catching up with Sims in the Whistling Thistle Gardens is my favorite pastime of the Spruce Dairy Grove residents. This community garden has been carefully curated over the years to grow all of the residents' favorite harvests. So they're kind of self-sufficient. Like they really don't need to leave their area, and they don't need to leave their house. Besides socializing, gardening, painting, and photography are especially enjoyable here as a light and natural ambiance ignite creativity. And then it goes into like what she said. So Megan said, I wanted the park to be functional for a range of life stages, so I added items to make sure the whole family can spend the day there together. Megan said, the park is really good representation of my building style and feels the most me. So is this the park? Yeah, this is the park. So this is the park that she built. So there's like the swing set and there's like all this stuff. So this is really cool. So like probably you can like paint here. There's some picnic tables. There's like it looks really nice. This is new wallpaper. This looks like dragon skin, honestly. Yeah, this is a really beautiful build. It honestly captured my view immediately. So this is one of the other builds. This is The Sims Scrolls designed 2 residential lots, the Gimli Gardens Brook and Puckett Hall, and created the Gnome exhibit. Gimli Gardens Brook is a garden oasis filled with luscious greenery, placing residents on a hill they'll want to die on. That's really interesting. Plentiful plots, gracious greens, and quaint carvings, all give this storybook home 2 green thumbs ups. I like that. And then it goes into what the Sims Scroll says. So it says, I think all the levels make it feel more organic and untamed. I wanted it to feel wild, like it was emerging with nature. So having the home particularly built into the hill just felt right. But I also wanted to emulate the vibes of an English cottage garden. Then it says, so this is the house that they built, and then Nina Schmidt built this one. It's actually really cute. I really like this. It says, Nina Schmidt, or Nina, designed 3 residential lots: Cranamore Residential, Greenwood Hamlet Residence, and Bard Boulevard. Along the outskirts of Everdew lies Cranamore Residential, a quaint home built into one of the largest trees in the forest. The breathtaking scenery is made more beautiful by the neighborhood's denizens, who can be seen out and about using their enchantments on the world and Sims alike. So those are fairies. It is very important for me, and then this is what Nina said. Sorry, I should probably clarify that. It says, it is very important for me to build something unique with a very unconventional shape that would do justice to the beautiful place where it's located, said Nina. I spent a long time with this build, playing with different shapes and styles until I was happy with it. It says, Nina's advice for aspiring builders is adding some colorful lighting makes a big difference. And now we can place plants on roofs, which adds a lot of whimsy. So, oh, that's really cool. And then Sandra Pica built a total of 3 lots for the expansion pack. Gringles. Oh, my voice. Oh, God. Sorry about that. So Sandra Pica built a total of 3 lots for the expansion pack. Gringles, 1 Murray Shores Road, and 42 Norm Fair Drive. Gringles has been the local hotspot for Sims to enjoy a few drinks after a long day of mixing elixirs. Located near the center of Spruce Dairy Grove, Sims come to take the greenery and partake in delectable conversation. It's a community space, somewhere your Sims can meet as a family or come on a date or adventure, alone, to use a chess table as an activity, says Sandra, who hails from Ireland. The overgrown feel of the bar is inspired by the way nature flourishes here in Ireland. To be able to bring some real-life research to this pack feels surreal. I felt very honored, and as a result, it inspired me to do the best I can for my builds. And then it says, again, if you purchase the Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature pack before August 21st, you'll be rewarded with the early purchase incentive, blah, 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 blah. So the last bit of this is just literally just trying to get you to buy the pack. So I think that it's really interesting. I honestly didn't even read the blog post. As you can tell, this video is going to be very long, even as it is. But I'm really excited to get like my hands on this pack. And please, Sims team, if you are watching this, please approve my EA Creator Network thing. It'd be really great if I got approved for the EA Creator Network on the same day that I got monetization on YouTube. It'd be great. So yeah. God. Okay. So yeah. So that is kind of like a quick overview of The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature, reading the blog post, because I realized literally this morning that I forgot to read the blog post because it wasn't working at the time. And I'm so sorry. So I basically kind of redid the video I did yesterday, which is kind of dumb, but you know, it is what it is. But if this like explains a little bit more of the pack, I'm actually really intrigued. I was intrigued with it before, but now that I've like read the blog post and everything about it, I feel like I really love it. I was gonna buy it regardless of what else came with it because of the fairies, because I really wanted fairies and I really want to play with them. But yeah, I really love everything that it comes with. I love how there's like a almost like karma system per se. Like if you're a good fairy, good things will happen to you. If you're a bad fairy, bad things will happen to you. So I really like that aspect of it. So it gives you like consequences for your actions, which is really cool. But yeah, I will let you guys know when the new expansion pack comes out. Well, we already know when the new expansion pack comes out. What I was gonna say originally was I will record a video when the gameplay trailer comes out. I don't know what the fuck I was saying before, but I will record a new video when the gameplay trailer comes out and going over that. And that, my friends, will be the gameplay trailer. I don't know when. The gameplay trailer will be sometime. Because it just says, oh yeah, the June 26th. So there'll be a video June 26th about that. So if you guys are interested in more, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. As you can see up here, I have 1,245. So thank you very much for all that. But yeah, I'm trying to hit 1,300 subscribers. Honestly, 1,500 would be, realistically right now it's just 1,300, but I'd love to get to 2,000. Break my day. So if you guys currently aren't subscribed and you've watched a couple videos, or even if this is your first one, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. Also go follow me over on Twitch. It is twitch.tv/AllisonMarieSims13. I tried going live last night playing Enzoy. My PC wasn't having it, so I switched to The Sims. So anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.